Before recording this video, I've done a blood work and results are in. I'm 700 tests being around 9% body fat, and how did I achieve such a high results being on a cut? So quick story first, for the last 3 months I'm cutting weight. I'm already 18 kg less than when I started, so the cut is pretty rough, and the last 2 weeks I felt a little bit tired, a little bit dizzy. So I've decided to take a blood work. I was expecting a low level of test and high level of estrogen or cortisol. Why is that? Because I hold a little bit more water than usual. What's more interesting, for the last month I was on a, let's say, supplement detox. So taking the blood work in my system, there's no ashwagandha or any different test boosters or supplements which I take usually. So now let's get right into the how to get such a high level of test being natty and being on a cut. So first things first, which is really important for me but probably for you really boring, is getting enough of sleep, and not just sleep but quality sleep. You want to aim for 7 or 8 hours of quality sleep. So how to get this quality sleep? First of all, try to get to the bed and out of bed relatively in the same time every single day. So for me it's around 9:30 p.m. and 6 a.m. What's next? So I want you to create your own nighttime routine before bed to get this quality sleep. What works for me, starting with not using phone or any source of blue light around 30 minutes before going to bed. So for me 9 p.m. is a time when I'm leaving my phone and go to do a quick stretching routine, then taking a shower, and I'm ready to bed. If you have any issues falling asleep, I encourage you to add some meditation work before getting to the bed. Next thing to get the quality sleep is cooling the room. So when I'm going to take a shower, I will cool off my room. So it's cold right here when I'm falling asleep. Next thing is closing all of your blinds. We don't want to have any light coming into our room. We have to make the perfect darkness as possible, and also close all of the windows so there's no sounds coming to your brain during a sleep. Even though you might not wake up, it will mess up a quality sleep. Next thing you want to optimize is your nutrition. And I'm not gonna teach you about some microplastic bullshit which lowers your testosterone or anything like that, because I don't really believe in this and I don't really see a way to cut off from microplastics. So do whatever you want, of course, if you believe. I just want to show you that there's an option and you can choose. So for me, microplastic isn't something I'm concerned about, but the most important factor in your nutrition is just not eating shit, crappy food, because most people throw into themselves anything and don't really care. So for the comparison, would you fuel a really high-end expensive car with the cheapest fuel? Probably not. So I want you to include as much of high quality food in your diet as possible. Well, it doesn't mean you can't have any sweeties or chips whatsoever, but keep this food in moderation. The next thing is the number of meals you have during a day. So when I'm on a cut like right now, I would have 4 meals a day for around 600 calories each, but in a bulking phase I would add one more meal to hit these calories. I want you to spread the meals across the day evenly with the calories and the time between them. So now sleep and nutrition is said. Now let's get to the supplementation. So if you wanna have a high test levels, your body has to work well in all its aspects. What I take daily is mix of vitamins in the morning. On top of that, I would add 8,000 IUs of vitamin D3, which I really believe can increase your test levels. You probably heard about zinc, but it won't really help you as long as you are not deficient. So just do a blood work if there's deficiency in zinc. Add this to your supplementation, but if not, it won't help you to get these higher test levels. Well, I have to add that I take citrulline, beta-alanine and creatine before the workout, but it doesn't really affect the test levels, but I want you to know that this is a part of my supplementation protocol. Now going to my sleeping stack, which I take with the last meal, is 300 milligrams of magnesium, which will help to get you the quality sleep you need, so it will indirectly help you with having this higher level of test. On top of that, I would take 20 milligrams of ashwagandha vitanolite. However, like I said, for the last 4 weeks I was off because the body will become immune if you take too long the ashwagandha, so take a break from time to time. And that's all for supplementation. And last but certainly not least is activity during a week. I personally train 7 days a week plus 30 minutes of cardio after each workout. It's zone 2 cardio, so it doesn't really affect my recovery that much. What I encourage you to do to optimize the volume and intensity of your training, whether it's strength or endurance training, you want to tailor this to your own needs, but keep this consistent over and over again. So guys, this is what I do and what works for me. Try at least one thing I presented here and see how your test levels are rising. I want you to remember that having high test levels isn't only for building muscle, but also great for overall health, for energy, for concentration, so you wanna have as high level as possible. Thanks for watching. This is the first video on the YouTube, so make sure to subscribe, hit the like button and check out other socials in the description. Until the next time, guys.